Well, welcome back to Live at FDIC, brought to you by Firehouse Subs, the firefighter-founded hot sub chain with a passion for hearty and flavorful food, heartfelt service, and public safety. Ready for your next mission? Firehouse Subs is offering firefighters the opportunity to continue serving after service now as restaurant owners. So learn more at www.firehousesubsfranchising.com. My name is Chris McClune. I am your host for this segment, and with me is Eric Rivera. He is with Liftmaster. We're going to talk a little bit about some of their new products and what you can see at FDIC this year. So, Eric, why don't you just start us off for anybody who isn't familiar with Liftmaster? Why don't you just give us a quick background on the company?
Very good. Yeah, thank you, Chris. So again, Eric Rivera, product manager with Liftmaster. I'm on the commercial door operator team. Liftmaster is one of several brands that is owned by a parent company, Chamberlain Group. Chamberlain, headquartered out of Oak Brook, Illinois. So not too far for us, just 3-hour drive from here. Liftmaster specializes in, I would say, commercial products. So from my side, commercial door operators, we have gate operators. We have that all tied into a really nice ecosystem for commercial spaces with our systems team as well. So it's a wide range of different solutions and not just the door operators, but that's our focus for today. Yeah.
With a wide range of solutions like that, a wide range of products like that, how does a manufacturer in your area keep up with evolving market demands?
Yeah, it's a good question. It's a lot of events such as this. It's a lot of voice of customer type, applications where we're looking for that feedback from customers. It's a very evolving world and market, as you say. But as things change, things also stay the same. There's a lot of customers that have really loved our Liftmaster products, our openers. It's been a while since we made a change, which is why the MAXUM is so exciting. I think people want things to work, and they're used to what they're used to, and they get accustomed to certain things. And so making a change, you need to do it for the right reason. It needs to be a good one, and it needs to be durable, consistent, and have that same quality that you've come to expect with the Liftmaster brand. So really excited to talk to you about that kind of next step. Yeah.
All right. We're talking about the openers. Obviously for a new constructed station, it's going to be everything's going to be brand spanking new. But for older doors, could you give some examples of technology to work with older doors and what the benefits of, I guess, employing new technology on older doors are?
Yeah, and so Liftmaster, I'll take a quick step back. The commercial door operators we have out there today, we have a wide range. We have, depending on the amount of cycles that you have on the door, how heavy the door is, what the application is, it'll help you figure out what kind of operator you need. Up until now, we've had operators that are, great mechanically. They're consistent, right? They're durable. Again, people are used to them, accustomed to them. But they didn't have necessarily the smarts built in. And that's kind of where, you get to doors. I just had a guy come by our booth today. He said he had a 40-year-old door and probably similarly, aged operator. And, he's wondering why he's having so many problems with it. And that's kind of where, we talk about MAXUM and some of the smarts that we built in, some of the features really come into play. It's things like having preventative maintenance that will help alert you when you need that solution, right? It's all about having uptime. Doors, people don't want to think about them, right? They just want it to work and work every time. And same in my garage at home. I don't care too much about it as long as it works, right? It's really about finding a solution that, again, works for the customer and they can open and close their door. We're at a place where, consistency, having your door open every single time is really important, right? Because you're going to fight a fire or help with an emergency. So having the door open consistently every time is key. On older doors, they could be heavy. They could be made out of different materials. Maybe someone may not even know how to properly service them. It's been so long, kind of thing, or they don't know when it's been serviced or who's maintaining the door. So the ways we can make our operators smarter to help with that process, whether it be sensing forces and how they interact with the door when it's moving along the track, or if it hits an obstruction, knowing how to handle that and respond accordingly. That's kind of where that next generation is taking us is, hey, let's get a little smarter with, maybe we can't change the door, but we'll change the operator. We'll make that better for you.
Now, how do you do it? How can this technology be applied to the older doors?
Yeah, so MAXUM is really exciting. So this is a DC operator platform, so DC motors. It's a big change for the market. Before, everything was AC, and with AC you get heavy, you get loud, you get that kind of abrupt start, abrupt stop. And especially when you're on older, heavy doors or any door, right? Nothing wants to start from zero and then moving to full speed as quickly as these operators have done. So with MAXUM, you have that DC built in. We have soft start, soft stop built in as standard. You don't have to configure that in any way. And again, what's great about that is, especially on heavier doors, right, or any door, it's going to give you that nice, gentle ramp up, and then when it's about to stop, a gentle stop as well. So really easy on the doors, on the hardware. Again, helping with that preventative maintenance. We also have, again, DC allows us to unlock some things like battery backup. So, again, great place for that, right, where you need the door to open every time. If you have a power outage, you still need to get out and deal with an emergency, right? So having that battery backup capability is really key to be able to open and close that door, even if you have power failure. We didn't really have that on AC operators. It was very difficult to do or expensive to do. We also have now Wi-Fi built in as standard and access to our MyQ facility. So for those that maybe are familiar with MyQ with the residential side, a lot of folks use that at home to monitor their door. They can open and close. They can do different things with that. We've taken that a step further for, we call it MyQ facility, for commercial kind of applications. And so what that does is unlock, again, the ability to remotely see your access to your door, the status, and multiple doors, if they're open, if they're closed. You can see what opened them and at what time. And again, this is all free. This is built-in capabilities within all of our MAXUM operators. So having that visibility, being able to do things like, again, I forgot to close the door and we're running out, don't need to jump out the truck or whatever the case may be, you can close that remotely. So we've attacked this in many different ways, again, from that voice of customer to try to figure out what can we do to make that experience better for folks that don't normally think about their garage.
I was chuckling there at the one thing you said, because I can't tell you how many times we have to take the opener off or the button off the thing when we're trying to shut the doors, behind us.
Yeah. Yep.
I'd love to be able to, right on the MDC or something, be able to shut it while we're on.
Absolutely.
Talk about some of the other impacts MAXUM has on fire rescue operations.
Yeah, so another nice benefit of MAXUM over some of the other older style operators, MAXUM is faster speed at the high end. So it has that soft start, soft stop I had mentioned, but it also gets up to 12 inches per second. So, of course, every second counts when you're dealing with an emergency. We hear a lot of stories about, guys are impatient or they're trying to get out quickly and they'll run into the door as they're trying to back out or get out of that garage. So having that extra speed has really been great. Again, when you pair it with the soft start, soft stop, and you're not doing damage to your door, that's a big one. Other emergencies, right? We just had someone stop by our booth talking about, different accessories and things, how they compare it with the operators. We have red light, green lights. We have the photo eyes that come standard. The great thing about MAXUM is that they have 3 inputs as standard. So for monitored entrapment device protection. So previously you'd have to buy some sort of accessory or something to allow you to expand and add. Let's say you have a truck where you're doing service, or you park your truck where the end is sticking out of the garage. It's not going to hit that photo eye that's at the 6 inches, right? That's protecting from someone if they're laying down or an emergency, injured or something. That's the intent of the photo eye. But it's not really protecting your truck bed or something that might be sticking out into the doorway. So now on MAXUM, you have the capability to add, we call them light curtains. They cover up to 3 feet. You can add that with a photo eye. You can add multiple light curtains. If you have, even ladders can stick out even higher than 3 feet up in the air. So it gives you flexibility to do different types of installations. All again without having to purchase extra accessories or things like that to allow you to install those. You just add those accessories directly in. the MAXUM has the power to do that. So again, a really nice standard benefit of the MAXUM product line.
What about parts and service? What are some of the advantages MAXUM provides in terms of inventory and service and parts management?
Yeah, so another huge component of MAXUM really helps with our lead times as well. It's been a consolidated portfolio. So previously with the Logic 5 line that a lot of people are near and dear to their hearts, that AC line, we had something like 3,000 SKUs, which is really hard to manage. It's hard to order. It makes that whole process difficult. There's so many different parts and service kits that you have to maintain and keep track of, and not just the ordering process, but from our side to supply it and keep the costs, low and competitive. So with MAXUM, one of the great perks, we've taken that and shriveled it down to about, I think, 36 SKUs total, that you're covering the same applications as you did before. So where that goes with service and parts, we're going to have things in stock. We're going to have it when you need it. Again, it's talking about not having downtime. The person on that's coming to service the door, they'll have the parts they need on their truck. Or be able to access them and order them very quickly and get it out to you quickly. So, from keeping costs down, from keeping the lead times down on these parts, or having them readily available for quick change outs is key. And then the design of the product too, it's a lot more modular than what we had before. Okay. And what we mean by that is it's less little parts, little things you got to take apart and then try to figure out how they go back together. This is more, hey, I took out this component that had an issue. I'm replacing it with a fully kitted solution, and you're back up and running quickly. So all of these different design approaches and kind of consolidation of the product line is really meant more standardized options for the customer, again, without having to pay for it and having better lead times, lower costs. So all around better for our customers.
Okay. You're at booth 8953. What can attendees expect to see there this year?
Yep, so we got a couple of the new models there of MAXUM. Definitely come out, check it out. Really excited to show people in person. When you get a chance, you'll feel, you can pick up the operators. They're super light. They look really nice. We have a battery backup there, so we're showing off that as well. We have a hoist version, so that's the kind where, if the battery's dead because the power's been out for a while, or you didn't have a battery backup, you can manually hoist that door open. So again, another nice option there for fire stations where you need to get the door open, need to get out. So yeah, really excited. We got a great team there. There's been a lot of traffic already today. Hope we get a lot more.
Cool. If someone cannot be at the show, how can they find out more information about Liftmaster?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a lot of great websites. Liftmaster.com is one where you can go and learn a lot more about MAXUM specifically. If you have troubleshooting questions or support, we can also go to support.liftmaster.com. There's a ton of great training material. There's webinars pre-recorded. We have what we call quick hitter videos, which are also on that site, which if you have a specific question, we've probably addressed it in about a minute video. They're meant to be digestible, quick, fast, and answer questions that you have and get you back on your feet and get that operator back up and running. So that's what we have.
Cool deal. Well, Eric, thank you very much for sitting down with me today to talk about MAXUM and some of the other things that Liftmaster's got going on. Our thanks also to Firehouse Subs. We do call this the Firehouse Subs Podcast Studio here at FDIC, so we thank them again also for sponsoring this. If you do want to catch any of the podcasts that have already run this week, they are all available at the FDIC International YouTube channel. So go take a look at that. And if you can't be here, FDIC.com has all the information on the videos, on the conference, and all about FDIC in general. So again, this has been Chris McClune for Live at FDIC. Have a good one, everybody, and stay safe. Thanks again, Eric.
Thank you.